Hey, Grace, if you're really here right now. We are a multitasker bunch. Hello, replay crew, those who circle back, and the people who are just clicking on to watch this after it converts to a video. I'm excited today. We're doing what I call a troll play look, is when we just play around with makeup and create something. And one of my channel members, which I call Official Troll Ken, they requested I do a Medusa look. And she specifically, hey Janet, and she specifically wanted me to use greens, black, and stone gray colors. And for Inglot, she actually, because I showed that this was the only green one I have, and she said this is the color that she wanted. So we are using that. And so I'm gonna clean the lens again because I was seeing like the line thing. So I am excited. I have a lot of stuff in front of me. The patches on my eyes are that same brand. Is USTELIR, and this is the Rose Mask. And we put this on 5 minutes ago. They say keep it on 15 to 20 minutes. And so by the time I do the intro and show you what all I have in front of me, it'll be time to take these off. And I am really excited about this look. I, of course, Googled Medusa pictures, and there were, hey CM, hey Janet. Did I say hi to you, Janet, already? Hey Grace. There were 3 pictures that I liked different elements of. And so I did a collage of the 3 pictures. My laptop is sitting here. So I put my brush caddy, that whole thing over here, the face brushes and eye brushes. And my lipsticks, bronzer, blush thing, all of that, that's on the floor. And so right before we get into it, I'll show you the picture on my laptop, and I'll show you what elements of each one I liked that we're going to troll it out. And so I appreciate that Skinny Queen always says such and such request with a troll twist, because y'all know I'm good for twisting. So I did not put on lip oil because I'm going to be drinking water. I just finished my breakfast, oatmeal and vitamin cinnamon a little bit ago, maybe like less than 5 minutes ago. And I don't know if y'all noticed about oatmeal. That sucker makes me thirsty. And when I have oatmeal for my breakfast, this is 40 ounces. I can drink this whole thing after eating 1 packet of oatmeal. Like, seriously. Which is good because my goal is, 80 ounces a day. So if I drink 2 of these, it's 80. If I drink 3, it's 120. So my goal is 80. And so this helps a lot because this is 40. So I'm like 2 of those, I'm good. So, oh, I want to say a thank you to whoever has been using, looking for my lotion, and it's over there, and the one in the bathroom is back there. Thank you to those who use my links and my codes, because sometimes I forget that I have certain links and certain codes. And I received the email for a payout today, and I was like, and at first I thought it was a scam thing, because I'm looking at the brand, and I'm like, because PayPal sends a notification, and you get an email notification from PayPal. And so in the email one, it said the company, and then in parentheses, it said what I have the links for. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is legit. I'm like, oh, shucks. And so thank you to those who do use my links and codes. Yeah, because most of them do have a threshold. And so apparently I reached that threshold. And so that was exciting because it was very much unexpected. So shout out to all of you who use my links and codes. Speaking of which, I understand if I'm getting on your nerves. I have about 9 more to post because Shop My is doing this challenge bonus thing. And so if you don't mind just clicking on the links, you don't have to purchase it. They do count clicks for something too. So yeah, I have not fallen and bumped my head recently. But if y'all like, why is she posting all these freaking links? That's why, because they're doing this challenge thing. And, you know, so, yeah, I'm excited. Hey, Alexandria. So what I'm going to show you is, and also I'm able now to tag products. And so I haven't seen them yet on my end. And so that's another thing that YouTube, I'm eligible for from like 2 weeks ago, but I just really looked at it and started doing that. So you're going to be seeing different things. popping up, but it's just stuff that's going on the back end. Hey, Skinny Queen! Skinny Queen. Excuse me for smacking. When I go to tag you, I can't never find you. And then I'm trying to like when you come into the chats, I'm looking at that little picture and I'm trying to line it up. And the thing I just realized is it says J Skinny Queen. And so that's why when I go to tag you, I can't find you. And so I don't tag you. Because I'm like, where is she? But I just noticed today it's J Skinny Queen. So I'll be sure to tag you as a thank you for this look. So now that Skinny's here, I'm gonna show all of you what the pictures look like. The picture, because I took 3 and put them into a collab. Hopefully it'll show up okay. But these are the pictures, and I liked different elements of each picture. Why you sound so sad when you said your name? Because I felt bad that I was overlooking a letter in your name to tag you. Because when someone makes a request, I always, somewhere in the description box, usually near the top, I'll say, this is the look we're doing. Thank you at Skinny Queen for this request. And I never did that for you because I couldn't find you. And so that made me sad. And I just realized there's a J in front of Skinny Queen. But that's why I was like, because I felt bad. That's why I was like, Skinny Queen. That's why. So these are the 3 pictures that I like the most. And I like different elements from each picture. This one, I like the contour, her cheek contour. This one, I like the brows. This one, I love the lip. Because y'all know, can I make you bigger? Oh, shoot. I'm thinking I'm on my phone. I'm trying to, I can't do it like that. I like her lip on that one. And so there's different elements to the look. So if you can see her lip, I like that lip. And I like the, as I said, let me make this bigger so I can still see it to refer to. And I like the liner for the one in the middle and the one up top, but the one up top in particular, I like the contour. And so we're going to be mixing all of this up. I will probably, let me make this smaller so I can see all of it together. I will probably just bounce around on the face. Hey, Janessa. Hey, everyone. Just popping in for a few minutes. Still at work, clearing up things. Vacation. I'm so excited for your vacation. Hey, wonderful Joe. An all black lip. Because I remember, because I did have in my notes stone gray, black, and greens. And what I liked about her lip was it is outlined in black, and it's black in the center, but like this part and this part is like a green. And so, and I'm going to show y'all what I pulled out, and Skinny Queen, stop me at any time and be like, no girl, that ain't it. But I did take out Rune, which is a black lipstick, which y'all know is my favorite color, because I thought to either use that or this black lip liner, which is from NYX, to do my lip line, and then Loving the Dead, which is matte black with emerald green sparkles. But if you're saying you want just a plain black lip, we'll do just a plain black lip, because you know I love a black lip. Oh, your star is blue. Yeah, it changes over like however many months or something like that. So if you do just want an all black lip, just let me know and I'll put the other one away. But I did like how it was, and you know, it reminded me of the look that Locke did not too long ago when I was showing how she had the brush and she was going like this. She was making like a dark patch right in the center, and so I really loved that. And I think that's what probably drew me to this one, is because it is outlined and then there's just this line right here. But I really did like that. Reading the chat, you're wearing an all green lip now. Just started eating. It's supposed to be. I want the black lip like with. Okay, and that's what I was thinking to do. That's exactly it. I see you, Skinny Queen. So both of these are from Notoriously Morbid. This is Rune, which is described as super opaque, rich black. So I thought line with this one, and then Loving the Dead, matte black with emerald green sparkles. But I might just outline with the NYX black and then put this on, because I don't know if this will get away from me because of the size of the applicator. And so Yeah, so we will bounce around in this look because I found that when I'm working on one part of my face and then I'll leave it and go to something else and then come back to it. Yep, that's the saying. And I realized that when I do that, it helps me come back with fresh eyes. Even though my face is only this big, if I'm looking in my mirror and I'm doing something here, and then I'll stop and I do something here, I'm not looking up here. And so I work down here and then I go back to it. And then it's like, okay, this is what I needed to do, or this is what I need to do, or this is what I need to finish. And so we will most likely bounce around because it's a lot of stuff. And all the looks I saw, my disadvantage is I don't have hair. And I'm not going to the Dollar Tree to get the snake thing and all of that. But, and also these three, only one has shapes like this one on her face. The other ones is just shading. But I really like the contouring one because y'all know I love shading. But we're going to get into it. I'm going to show you what we have out to use, and we'll get started. I do think I'm going to put on foundation and powder. And I thought about Janessa because I know she has different color foundations, and that top look with the contour, she has on green. It might be, excuse me, face paint, but it might be green foundation. But I was looking at that too. Yeah, I put a lot of like thought. I really be wanting to do these right for y'all. Oh no, you're not going to update right now and shut off my computer. Hell no. Let's do. Okay, I just put another time. We're not going to use, this is an eyeliner. I don't have a black because all blacks I've used for lower lash liner and the rims have irritated my lids. And so I'm thinking of using brown again, but I know that's off color. But then so with silver, but this would be substitute for gray. And so let me know what you think about that, Skinny Queen, for inner rims and lower lash line. Using, actually it's a silver, it says. So let me show y'all what I pulled out before I went to sleep this morning. I did sleep very well. I did the first night of my sleep test. You know what, we can do that. We have this one from Mario, and this I think will show up more than this. This to me is more like a turquoise. And you know what's weird? Like I completely forgot that I had green eyeliners. Like how? Girl, you got all these eyeliners. This one is Pool Shark. We're gonna take this one away. Okay, that works. And also though with this one, it'll add a little bit of brightness for inner rims, but these are the color story that Skinny Queen wanted. We're not going to do the brows because we're going to put something in the brows, probably this Inglot. Yeah, let me just show y'all everything. I think it's time we can take these off. So I put these on at 5 up. Oh, let me see if they're still liquid though in the packet. So I'm going to just kind of squeeze this down. No, there ain't nothing in it. There ain't nothing else in the packet. All right, so we're going to just take these off. I am super excited, and I slept well too. Like, can y'all tell like how my mood is different than like how it usually is? And I did the first night of my sleep thing last night, and it was the thing with the finger. I had trouble getting into all of that, so I ended up having to call because like the last few days I was trying to get into it, and so I called yesterday, and she's like, "I'm gonna send you a link, and just go through the link, and it'll take you straight to it." Blah blah blah. Because all them other instructions, y'all, I was just like, what is this? But so what we have. We're going to use our regular foundation, primer, and Fashion Fair powder, the basics. I am thinking, I did think to use this for the face, but then I'm thinking not because we're going to be doing shading. So we're going to put this away. Where did you come from? Down here. Okay. Because I put that stuff down there. For shading, let me show you the palettes I pulled out. Of course, the Mario, because it has a black and stone gray. This was my first troll play look I did with this palette, and it was the shading one, which I really loved. So we have Mario here for the black and the gray, and we have quite a bit. We have Moonlit Seduction. This is, I think this is like a shimmery gray. And so we're going to put probably Inglot and maybe a green shadow on top of it. So if this is not gray enough, Skinny Queen, just let me know and we'll put this away. So I pulled this for the gray, but it is like a shimmery, bright gray. And if we did use that, it may be at the top of the contour. This is Subversive, because this also has, this is Black Mirror. No, it's not. Black Metal. This is Black Metal, and this is a black. So we have a black and we have a black shimmer. And so I pulled those out. And last minute today, because I knew I had more greens, and this is Garden Grunge. This green, no, this green right here, because I think this one shifts, but this one right here, or maybe that one too for contouring, or this one. So yeah, this has 3 different greens, and this one is like a grungy green. Well, because it's called Garden Grunge, so yeah. So that's the colors we have pulled out. We have groundwork just to go on over my eye primer. We have this Inglot, which is number 86. Let me put this on all messages. I am so excited. I need to slow myself down. We have Black Mirror paint pot from MAC. And we also have out Midnight Snack Fluid line from MAC, because that is a gray. And so we can do any of those for brows, but I'm thinking, oh, the other thing I have out, my bad. Ambient Lighting Palette Volume 2. Just if we want to put a little sheen somewhere on the face. This is Golden Bronze Light. They don't show up really as colors, very subtle. This is Radiant Light, which in the summertime, I've learned that it made me look like a fairy shit on my face, because this, if I put it a lot, is very, I don't see it inside. I went outside, I'm in the car, I pulled down the visor. I'm like, oh shit, like I'm glowing. I'm one of the Cullens. And this one is Soft Light, which is a finishing powder. So just if we want to do a little something else or a little sheen or shine, we'll use one of those. And so, all right, we're going to do the intro as I do the face primer and foundation. Okay. Yeah. Hello again and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this, I didn't even pull out brushes, but all my brushes are right here. Hello again and welcome. I know I just said that. My name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of youth. The crazy, why? Because we just love doing shit to our face. The crazy, just knowing it's okay to be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand, a certain tool, or a certain technique because that's what they're telling you you have to do in whatever video you're watching. I'm here to let you know, if nobody told you recently. Use whatever you want to, however you want to, using whatever tools you have that you want to use to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. I don't think we need to put this under eye because we're going to be... The one with the sharp contour, she has a thick line of black. The other ones is just like a regular line of eyeliner. We'll do it, and then if we cover it up, we cover it up. Where was that mantra? Use whatever you use, whatever you want to use. You need to be satisfied with your makeup. Why did I do that? Yo, I am just so freaking excited. I'm just like, I never do this. Oh, goodness. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we believe in self-acceptance and self-love, embracing our natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So that's the motto. That's what we stand for here. That's what we live by. That's what we encourage other people to do. Just love yourself and just accept yourself. And try not to feel like, because I've heard it said quite often, and I still do hear people say it, excuse me, Hey, Dawn. I don't feel put together unless I have on mascara and lip gloss. Listen, you put together when you wake up in the morning or at night, like me, because I'm nocturnal. Like, you're put together just because you're a beautiful person. And if you don't believe me, Wonderful Joe will tell you that here in the chat. So just know that you're an amazing person as you are. You don't have to do something to be put together. Just, you are put together. And so just love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. Two things about me. One, you already know. I curse because I curse. Y'all already heard me do that. And the other thing is there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches, and his name is Bruce. Thank you, Janet, for naming it for me. Who likes to randomly hiccup, gurgle, and belch randomly in videos and more so in live streams. And since I did eat breakfast recently, he will probably make an appearance. I try to be aware of him to say excuse me, because even for a troll, that's just bad behavior when you're just making all these sounds and stuff in your throat. So if you hear something and I don't say excuse me or excuse Bruce, I wasn't aware of it, which is like, girl, how did you not hear or feel that in your throat? The primer was the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. The foundation is Fenty, of course, in shade 335. And this one is the luminous one. And I'm trying to, I finished the primer super quick in like 3 months, but we're still in the foundation. And I was looking at it the other day, and it looks like we're down here for the foundation. And y'all, I opened this in October 5th last year. And I do have a note saying the last one I finished in 6 months. And I do go through face primers and foundations because I only use one and have one open at a time. And so it's not one of them channels where, and there's nothing wrong with it, where they'll do, they'll rank their foundations and they have like 15 foundations. I only use one. And I do like to use the corresponding primer with the foundation. But because I finished the primer faster than the foundation, I said, let me open up this Milk Hydro Grip. And I do use this up too. So, and because I go through the Fenty primer in like 3 months, 4 months, even having the milk one open, I will still use it up even when I switch back to the Fenty. I do believe the PAO was 12 months. That's what I'm looking at. But because I'm using them up within like anywhere from 3 to 6 months, like I will use it. And so, but usually I do just have open one primer and one foundation. When I find something that works, I do tend to stick with it. I don't feel the need to keep looking for the next best thing. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. Some people love makeup more than me, so they just like trying new things. And to my benefit or to my disadvantage, I have sensitive skin. So I'm not able to use a lot of stuff that people use. And so that might be part of it too, where I've learned to just be content. You find something you like, girl, just stick with it. Because you'll keep trying stuff and your face will be irritated and break out and skin will be burning, and you just stick with what you have that you love, and your skin is like, yeah, thank you. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, looking at my forehead, looking at them little witchamajiggets. You just got more stuff, Janet. But you actually use your stuff, Janet. And I know I said before, Janessa has a forever pass on me. Janessa buy a lot of stuff, but Janessa uses a lot of makeup. She don't use one blush. She uses 18 blushes. And so she forever gets a pass from me because, why am I doing this? I put on concealer under my nose. And so you always have a pass from me too, forever and always, because you actually do use your stuff. Yeah, eventually though, but you do. And you declutter quite frequently. And so it's not like, I don't feel like you just get stuff and you just hoard it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you actually do use it. And I know you do declutter quite a bit. And so, and I understand that it can take a while to get to it because you do have a lot of stuff, but you do get to it. Some people will be like, oh, I shouldn't even say that, y'all, because I'm one of them people now. I bought that Blend Bunny Skin for Smacking blush palette, and the next day I ordered, this was last summer, I think, the accompanying 4-pan highlighter palette, accentuating palette, whatever it was, and I haven't used it yet. It's sitting on my shelf, both of them, still wrapped up. I just did a quick check. Nothing's broken. Oh, that's pretty. Close it and package it back up. Because I purchased it without thinking. I purchased it to use for my kit But the blushes I have in my kit, I don't even use a lot. So I'm like, why did I do that? Um, and when stuff is in the kit, you take it out when you reach the PAO. And so then it would end up in my stash. And I'm satisfied with my 5 House Labs blushes. 2 of my Hourglass palettes has 3 blushes. And so that's what, 13 blushes, and then the other one has 2. So that's 15 blushes. And so I am really content with that. And so that's why I haven't used the Blend Bunny ones yet, because I don't use them often. And it would have really just ended up in my kit in a year. I mean, in my stash in a year. And it's just like, I have enough. Me too. I buy much faster than I use. But when I use makeup, I use it. Exactly, Janessa. You and Janet will forever have a pass from me on the quantity of stuff that y'all have, because y'all do get to it and y'all do use it. This is the Fashion Fair powder. Tomorrow, thank you for bearing with me yesterday, y'all. What was I going through yesterday? I was just tired. I got up earlier than usual, ran errands, went here, went there, went everywhere. And then I was just like, I was very low energy, and I was just like, oh man. So I'm looking at my calendar like, fuck. So yesterday's live, we moved it to tomorrow. So that's the picture of the cake that Mare chose for me to do, or use as inspiration, is in the thumbnail. And so I did pull out different paints and stuff to use for that. And I'm just like, I think we're going to do a split face, like one half maybe just regular face and the other half the cake. I'm not sure yet, but that's the picture that they chose for me to do. We moved our 1940s look to next week. I posted a question on my community tab because I'm feeling, and I know I'm doing it to myself, I'm feeling rushed to do Michelle's requests. She did request, she did say she preferred a video because she said she would feel bad not being at the live stream for her look. And I was trying to cram it in before Valentine's Day because she wanted Queen of Hearts. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's a Valentine's Day thing. But I did message her on Instagram, saying like, did you want it done before Valentine's Day? And I am struggling trying to fit it in to do the video because doing lives 3 days a week leaves me with 2 days a week to do videos. And she ended up just saying whatever's best for me. But that's why I posted that question, because I do want to fulfill the requests as they are, but I'm really struggling with getting it done. And yeah, so, and I know I put that pressure on myself. I know I do. And so I did post to see what y'all had to say. Janet did respond. She said, that sounds like a fun look to do. I said, I know, right? A fun look to do as a live. And number-wise, lives do better as far as views, even though everybody don't stay, they just be scrolling. But it does look better. So for those entities that look at the view count, they're like, oh, wow. Even though we know that's not really what it is. I mean, they swipe by and just keep swiping. Are we going to do anything? Oh, so my dog got up and off me, so I'm stuck on the couch right now. You love unearthly cosmetics, though, so don't ask me to hold you back. I think they use pressed pigments, and so that's one of them brands that I'm not able to use, I think. Sounds like a good thing to me. Daddy says you hope you're settled in. With the dog on top of you on your sofa or your couch. Mika Beauty Shop just started selling to the U.S., so I got everything I missed. Ooh. I don't think I've heard of that. I don't think I've heard of that brand. Now, let me start at the beginning. Okay. Janessa's Alexandria. Oh, Janessa, but ooh. How do you like Made by Monster? I'm very tempted. There's so many pink palettes lately. That's at the top of my list. Did anyone else get it? And y'all know I didn't. But did any of y'all get that? Those palettes that they're talking about? I don't think I've ever heard of Mika Beauty Shop. If you're on Instagram, I'm sorry, I probably just dismissed seeing an ad or something. I say no, but having a chance to play with it. I just got it in the mail. I love, this is so soft, this brush. I love, speaking of which, if she watches the replay, I mailed out Tanya's brush yesterday. That fluffy lethal brush. Okay, I think I'm caught up. It would if I... Hey, Alicia. You would be so lame. We didn't want to get up and get a drink and have your night wine. All right, so I'm looking at this. And I don't know where to start. So I'm looking at the contour, I'm looking at the eyeliner, I'm looking at the brows, I'm looking at the lip, we're going to do the lip last like we usually do, because that'll be the easiest thing to do, is the lip. Damn. I'm going to start the eyeliner. Oh, man. That's really pretty. I really like the brows in the second one. We're going to do thick liner. I think we're going to... I've never used this shape. Excuse me. Excuse me. I never used this shape brush for liner here, but we're going to do it because we're going to make this wide. Oh, thank you, Alicia. That was that powder. Because when I sneezed and then when I inhaled, I smelled the powder on my nose. Probably from when I was doing like this. Maybe I went backwards and was going both ways. And y'all never had that happen before that I remember, that I was sneezing from the powder. Thank you, Skinny Queen. Yeah, we're going to just start with the liner because that'll be easy. And so then we'll, because I'm looking at it like where to start. One thing I do, excuse me for smacking, one thing I do like about hopping around the face is seeing the look come together. Because it's just like, okay, she's doing all these hodgepodge pieces. What's she doing? Glare at that mirror. I'm going to pull this closer and then I'll move it back to do the liner on the eye. Yeah. All right. Black mirror. Oh, thank you, Skinny Queen. Bless me, bless me. You're still trapped under the dog. Don't you wish her like your husband or whoever? Can they come like dig you out from under the dog? Oh, you know what? Eye primer and the paint pot. Okay. I read organism different. I'm like, what that got to do with? I also have an organism in my nose. You're going to call them deuce. Yeah, I read orgasm different. I'm like, we also have the in the nose. And I was looking at that like, and then I read it again. I'm like, oh, okay. That's why I was like, I'm like, they know I'm into certain things, but we ain't into that. Yo, I feel skinny for smacking. I feel so good when I sleep well. And it's very noticeable to me because I usually don't. And so that's why I'm just like, eh. I was hoping that the test was going to say test done because it did say if it gets enough information, well, they say do it for 3 days. But then the instructions say if it gets enough information from the first night, it'll tell you test complete. It ain't do that. It was like, your first test is complete. See you tonight. And I'm like, oh, you bitch. But that's okay. And I'm wondering, like, what does it register? Like, does it register movement? Does it register pulse rate? I know, Skinny Queen, I am complete goof troop. I really am. when I'm doing faces or I'm out at a venue and somebody's talking to me, I give them my card which has my YouTube on it. I'll say, just so you know, I'm total goof troop on my channel. And they be like, okay. I'm like, no, listen, I'm goof troop. Because I'm more serious around. I mean, I do, say funny stuff here and there, but for the most part, I'm about the business. But all right, I'm gonna put groundwork. I know I is. Yeah, but that's why I was like, I was trying to figure out how that would work. Y'all, when I watched the channel The Art of Dialogue, they did a segment with two of the guys. One guy was trying to remain anonymous, but then somehow his name got out, and so then he testified, and so it was him and he wasn't an escort. She had saw him at a store somewhere or something and approached him. The other one was an escort, and she found him from his work because he says he does massages, but he's an escort. And there's nothing wrong with those types of workers at all. And so he said his manager was like, you should follow up on that. And he was like, what? And so they were interviewing both of them. And the one guy was saying how she wanted him to urinate on her. And people are into that stuff. And so he had never done it before or whatever. So y'all, I was cracking up just imagining this. He said that, he just, and she was like, no, you're doing it wrong. It's supposed to be just a little dribbles like here. So he was straight like in her face. And he was like, and once I started, like, you can't stop. I was like, because I'm picturing her just like with a steady stream like in her face. She's like, you're not doing it right. You're supposed to just do down here and just, spray the face, but not like this. And he said that was the last time she ever asked him to do that. I said, I guess so. I was cracking up. Look, you ask and you shall receive. He like straight pissed off. And other people I know that do that, they go in the shower. And like she'll lay on the floor in the shower. Or if it's a he that wants to be urinating on, he'll lay in the bath part of the shower. And then the person stands above them and, does their thing. But yeah, they were in the bed though. Well, on the bed. And he said he just like straight. We put this on already. So I am really excited about this look. I was cracking up, y'all. Just picture her like. And he was like, yeah, she never asked me to do that again. The other guy was like, I guess not. They see him. Because he was like, I didn't know. I never saw that stuff. And she said, I wanted you to urinate on my face and chest. So he was like, and once I started, I couldn't stop. Like, it had to come out. I was like, damn. That was so funny to me. This reminds me to take, I do have out mascara. No, I don't. I was cracking up, y'all. I was just like, oh my gosh. Oh, we need to do inner rounds. The lower lash line. Well, we're not going to do, are we going to do lower lash line? Because let's just put this under there. Oh, it's transferring already. That's beautiful. But we're going to have this up there anyway. Excuse me. That was so funny to me. You asked for it, girl. You got it. Yo, this one part. This other part of the interview. Because it was like an hour or something with the two of them. The interview. And they had a competition. So she contacted one and was like, okay, come over, blah, 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 blah. And and then meanwhile, they contacted the other guy and said, can you be here such and such time? But they didn't tell either one of them like what they were trying to do. And it turned out that it was a competition to see like which one would win or which one Cassie would choose to be her main person. Because for each one, she was telling they were the only ones that was doing this. And so when one walked in and saw her with the other one, he was like, Y'all, they was, ooh. But anyway, because they each thought they were the only one. And then come to find out, like through the trial, it was like 30 to 50 different dudes. And this one guy, one of the interview, not the escort one, just a regular dude, he had said, if I would have known it was 30 to 50 dudes, he said, I would have never put my dick in that cesspool. I was like, damn. But that is a lot. And they were raw dogging too. But anyway, so with the competition, the one that won the competition, the one she chose, which happened to be be the escort one, he had a girlfriend, and I'm guessing the girlfriend ain't know what he did. So she came home from wherever, so she was like away, trip, vacation, work, whatever, I forget. And meanwhile, he starts burning or whatever. Turns out he had chlamydia. So he went to the doctor, got treatment, and he was hoping, it was going to be cleared up before the girlfriend got home. And so the girlfriend got home, and of course she wanted to get busy, and he was just all nervous or whatnot. But, he was like, oh, my girl didn't say, anything happened to her. Because she didn't even know. So, like, imagine you pop up hot just from sleeping with your dude and be like, excuse me, where you been? Like, what, because she didn't know he was the one. So he said he was just glad that apparently it had cleared up from the meds by the time. And I'm just like, dude. Anyway. When he kept saying, won the competition, the other dude said, and every time the escort would say won the competition, the other dude would kind of like smirk and look away like, and then he finally said, you keep saying won the competition, but you got chlamydia. He's like, to me, that's funny. You keep saying you won. What did you win? And so the escort was like, yeah, what I won, y'all. First place prize, chlamydia. So then they made a joke out of it. But the other dude was like, every time escort said he won, the other dude was like, what'd you win? You won an STD. Like, it was just, it was crazy. And I'm just like, wow. Like, this is nuts. All right, let's take this green and around. This is pool shark. But then their interview was interesting because it did shine a different light on the situation as far as the freak offs. And both of them were like, yeah, she was 100% complicit. And the one guy was saying, Sean cursed him out because he had left the room to go do something because they would take breaks. And him and Cassie started having sex again. And Sean came in and like cursed him out, like, you're not supposed to be having sex with her unless I'm here, blah, 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 blah. So he was saying that to say like she was really just into it. And I know other people who do just love sex, and there's nothing wrong with that. What was wrong with that to me is you raw dogging these dudes. And we know you raw dogging because you ended up with an STD and you passed it along. So after that, the escort said he started using condoms with her. I was just like, damn. So you raw dogging all these people. And sometimes we all have good bacteria and bacteria in our body. So, yeah, Janessa. Yeah. And the thing is, we all have both good bacteria and bad bacteria in our bodies, right? The bacteria from you just might not mix well with his. And so that might create a little something. You know what I'm saying? And so it's not always like, oh, HIV, oh, gonorrhea, oh, whatever. Sometimes our stuff just don't mix. But that's what got me. I'm like, damn, like you were raw dogging all these dudes. Well, I don't know if it was all of them, but for there to be like 30 to 50 dudes in rotation, it's just like, yo. And I understand liking sex, I do, but be as safe as possible. Bad technical niece and eldest. Uh-oh. Hey, Tanya. So and that's what got me. I'm just like, there's other people's health at stake here, like not just your own. And he was saying, y'all, I kind of want to talk about something else, but this is on my mind now because it was just crazy. And we know, well, if you watched any of certain parts of the hearing or the trial or whatever, in the beginning, well, at least with these two, they were keeping the semen, and she would play with it later on Sean's chest and on his face. Because the one guy was like, when he would use condoms, like right after he would finish, you know, he would take it off and they would take the condom and both of them would leave the room. And I'm just like, what? Just like, and the non-escort dude, like, he didn't know. But when the escort was like, yeah, so then when we stopped using them, you know, blah, 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 right after I was done, you know, she would get up and leave, run out the room, and he would run out after her, and blah, blah, blah. And the non-escort dude, he was like, she wanted to go again, and he was saying he couldn't orgasm because he had just did that. And so he said he faked it. And he said he faked it. And so Cassie got up, ran out the room. Sean ran out the room after her. And he said Sean came back in and was like, are you sure you came? He was like, yeah. So he said Sean left out the room again. Then he came back, are you really sure? And he's like, yeah, maybe it was just a little bit because I just, you know, did that earlier. And so when the escort said what he said, the non-escort was like, oh, that's why she would get up and run out the room and he would run out after her because they were collecting the semen to play with later. Y'all, I didn't watch the trial. I watched tidbits on like MSN. No, who was it I was watching? One of the news channels. But watching that interview on Art of Dialogue, I was just like, damn. Like, this shit is wild. All right, let's talk about something else other than that stuff. That's Skinny Queen fault because when she put organism, I thought she said something else. We were going to put this one in lower, so we're going to put this one away. Yeah, it was wild. I was just like, oh my God. And so one would say something, then I said I was going to talk about something else. And the other one would say something. They were like, damn, we got the same stories. I'm like, damn. I'm like, so you couldn't even like say, okay, one is lying because some of their stories was the same. Like, fuck. Like, you had to have been there because this is just crazy. Somebody bring up another topic so we can talk about something else. Unless y'all are enjoying this right here. Now, what's crazy about this is, I don't have any issue reading it, is the wings are different. But y'all know we do what we do, so this is what happened. And I usually don't bring liner down here because of if my eyes tear. All right, so what's new with y'all? How about we do that? And that is not, actually it is like almost like what she did, but they're not in the same place. So we're going to make this thicker on this side. I don't know how much of this is going to read Medusa without accessories. But as far as color story, we do have the color story. Ooh, you have so much to tell, Susanna. Oh man, tell it. What do I need to do? This one a little bit longer, but not by much. I'm not liking how this is looking right here. I'm going to go ahead and bring that up here. Oh, okay. So how how are y'all doing today? I'm still trying to change the subject. Is this pocket right here? Right here. Sometimes it's just little intricate stuff. Like just one little brush stroke or just a little bit of color in a certain place can make a difference. So if y'all haven't seen the post about the Queen of Hearts thing, do check that out on my... Your ice machine stopped working. You can have all the ice time. It is, girl. I think this is okay. I am not trying to think of no ice. I don't know if it was supposed to snow again or what, but when I was out yesterday to mill your brush, Tanya, and go other places, some of the cars had their wipers up, but it was only like 3 cars out of like 30 that had their wipers up. And I'm like, is it supposed to snow again? It hasn't gotten warm enough to snow. Because y'all know how it'll be warm and then it'll get cold and then it'll get really warm. It hasn't, excuse me. It hasn't gotten warm. Do I want to, I don't want to, so let's see. Yes, I'm clearly making shit up here on my face. Change the subject. My dog now eats. Oh no. Oh, could you be feed steak 2 nights in a row? What kind of steak? He had chicken for breakfast. What? Yeah, and it didn't snow again. What cut of steak? Ribeye is my favorite. What do I... Let's detour. Let's detour for a moment. And take that brush doesn't belong there. Let me take this brush. I'm gonna go into this the black. No idea, but I tasted some. My favorite is ribeye because it has a little fat in it, and so it's always juicy, but it doesn't taste fatty. You know what I mean? I don't like T-bones too much because for whatever reason, and I don't know, maybe it's whoever cooked it. Every time I've had it, near the bone, the meat seemed to like never be cooked. So like near the bone, it was always raw, even though the rest of it was cooked, which was always weird to me. Like, how does that happen? Yeah, I love me some ribeye. I haven't bought it in a while. Y'all, when they went up the shit, when prices of beef went up, I was like, oh hell, I will just get me some ground beef. For my pasta sauce and my chili and some ground turkey. I was like, yeah, no. That'll be it if I go out to dinner. But then I do like how I cook my steaks. One thing is when you cook something the way you like it, sometimes it's challenging when you order the same thing out because it's like, yeah, mine's is better. You know? T-bone is a pain. I don't like it. Yes, I do eat lamb. Oh my gosh, I love lamb. And that can be, it's a learning curve to that too because lamb is so low in fat. You can overcook it like super quick. And so the idea is don't cook it until it's done. Because even with steak, after you cook it, don't cut it for at least 3 minutes because it'll still keep cooking. And once you cut it, that's what kind of stops. That's what stops the cook. And so with lamb, leave it a little undone. Take it off the heat, out the oven, whatever, off the grill, wherever, and just let it sit for a few minutes because it'll still cook a little bit more. So if you cook it until it's done, it's going to end up overcooked, which means dry once you cut it to eat it. But I've learned how to make it good in my air fryer. Oh my gosh, I was like, this is delicious. But I haven't had that in a while either. But I do like it. To me, that's like a specialty thing. Like, I just really want something different. And I happen to see it at the store, and then I'm like, ooh, yeah, that's what we getting. That's what we getting. So that's not like an everyday thing. That's I'm just have a treat thing. You still haven't tried it in the air fryer? There's a learning curve. What I ended up doing was, Janet, like as I would learn, okay, this temperature, this amount of minutes, I started writing it down. And so one day I decided to type it up. It's a whole sheet. Okay, this temperature, this amount of time, this. So I have like a whole sheet. So that's my cheat sheet. And I have shared it with a few people, but I told them it is likely to still be different depending on how big your air fryer is, you know, what cut of meats you're using or vegetables or whatever. Um, yeah, because it took me a while to get stuff the way I wanted it, but once I did, I'm like, I need to write this down. And some people, they cook everything on like 350 for like 40 minutes. Where I do use different cook times for stuff, and that is easy. But I do know a few people, everything is like 350 for 40 minutes or, you know, 375 or whatever. That green is looking weird under there. You have a cheat sheet for your grill? Yeah. Oh, hey, Kay. We're doing a Medusa look, and it's going to take forever because I feel like I'm going super slow here. I feel like I'm going super slow, and I have 3 different pictures because I like the different element from like each picture. And so, yeah. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to do a graphic line up here and bring it out to there. Ooh. And I don't know if we're going to fill it in. I mean, well, make it thicker or just leave it like that. I guess it depends on if I can get the other side the same or not. So where did I start? I don't know. Why is this skipping? I don't have enough on the brush. Damn it. Skinny Queen K have requested I do a Medusa look. How can I feel it that this is lower than the other side? Which means making this side thicker. Which means making the other side thicker too. Because this side is up higher. So we're going back to this brush. You know what? I should use one of my angle brushes. Did I say angle brushes? Angled brushes. That I never use. I don't want that one. Where? Is this the only? This is the one from that kit. Damn, is this the only? Why am I thinking I have a thinner one than this one? Because I do, but like it's hiding from me. Oh, I'm taking too long. Oh, here, I found it. This one is a Sigma one. This is thinner. The shorter brushes be hiding from me. Oh, man. Okay, you missed the whole conversation about An Art of Dialogue is the channel. Their episode when they interviewed the escort that Sean and Cassie used and another dude that they would use. Yeah, that was I was like, somebody change the subject, please. Y'all know we be talking about all kinds of stuff. I did not mean to come all the way up here. Oh my gosh. I will say the liner is graphic though for both of these looks. So it's working. There's an issue going on with this platform, by the way. What's the issue? What's going on, Kay, with YouTube? What is the issue, sis? really liking how that's looking. I know they're always changing stuff. Changing stuff, adding stuff, taking away stuff, then adding more stuff, and then fixing stuff that changed that they didn't want to change, but they made a change, and so it just did something funky. Homepage not loading. I thought it was just me. But YouTube just sent out a message on X. I gave up X. And I didn't think about it. Because I went over to Blue Sky. It's barely any beauty, anything on Blue Sky. And I'm like, oh, I should have looked into that before I switched. There's not a lot of beauty stuff over there. Even when you search for like certain things, it's just not there. They should do one of their YouTube videos. I know they do. What does she say? Tuesday is News Day. But they can do a quick short, not on a Tuesday, because everybody's not on X. But if it's about YouTube, put it on YouTube. And I just came on here today to do this, and so I didn't notice. So, I don't like how this is looking. I wish it just accidentally got it when I got hacked. That's where I got the immediate response from. Yeah, I was just sick of all the Musk stuff. And actually I don't I don't even miss it, to be honest with you. But definitely if you want to like tag brands and stuff like that, yeah, because they're not on Blue Sky. And people have taken brand names to do an account with that brand name, and it's not the brand. And so definitely for that, like, yeah, go on X if you want to tag brands. But if you don't care, then yeah, go ahead to Blue Sky. I will say it's more peaceful on Blue Sky. For me, anyway. This side is still higher than this side, but I don't want to make it super thick. Even if they did video, it wouldn't populate on the homepage. That's true. At least they can say they posted YouTube stuff on YouTube instead of posting YouTube stuff on X. Sorry, I'm not talking. I'm speechless. I'm in shock. This is amazing and what I imagined. What's more amazing than you imagine, Skinny Queen? That's why you have Vex for when people get hacked. I can spam YouTube. I think this green is looking out of place on the lower lash line. I'm wondering now. I'm wondering now if I want to put green up here. What do you think, Skinny? That's what I'm kind of thinking now. So I want to put a green. What am I looking for? I know I'm making weird noises. I'm gonna take this shade. I'm looking at these 3 pictures, like, what do I want to take from where? What do I want to take from where? My neighbors must have just left or just got home. That is not my neighbor's dog barking. That's a different bark. Ooh. I'm trying to think of what to talk about because I don't want to just be quiet and be boring. Ooh, cute. Do I want to put it? No, my nose is too wide to put a shimmer down the middle, because then I don't just make it look bigger. So, or maybe we'll just do the brows green and come out instead of putting it right above. Okay, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Oh, you're talking about the look skinny queen? I'm like, what is she talking about? I know we only did the eyes so far and a little bit on the nose. Let me leave the nose alone. Because this side is coming this way because of the shape of my nose, which I can easily just fix that, right? Alright, brows. I'm gonna take this brush, Inglot. This is the color she specified that she wanted me to use for liner. This is lighter than this green, but it doesn't matter. This is my natural brow. So I am leaning towards doing the Queen of Hearts on Friday, because I feel like it's just being dragged out too long, and I do just want to get it done. And I think maybe I feel like that because my intent was to try to squeeze it in before Valentine's Day. And as I said, I know I do it to myself. I put this pressure on myself. And so I keep reminding myself that she said, you know, do whatever's best for me as far as getting it out. And so I'm trying to not make myself feel pressured. But yeah, I do think, because I do just want to get it done, because it seemed like it's been a while. When did she make that request? The 20th of January. Damn, what's today? Shit. What's today? Look on my computer. The 17th, so it's been like a month almost. This side is more rounded. But we can always go back and fix it. And honestly, with other stuff we're going to do, we'll probably forget. Right now, I'm looking at the space to see if they're kind of like getting along today. I'm hungry. But then I do think I'm going to bring some down here too. So I need to just leave that part alone. All right. This is where my brow hair actually is. And so we are going to, let's do this. All right. Then we want to put the ink on top of that. I'm trying to think of what else to talk about that's not like rated X material. We've already been there today. Yeah, but that urination story, I was cracking up. He's like, she never asked me to do that again. I'm like, I guess not. You had a river flowing in her face. I was cracking up. Yeah, that trial was a waste of time and money, I'll say, because the freak off thing had nothing to do with Rico. Not really. It was just him and her doing their thing. And yeah, they did bring people in and, you know, pay for them to get there and pay them to be there. But a lot of them dudes, they were like, I don't want my name attached to this. And like I said, the one dude that wasn't the escort, he wanted to remain anonymous, and somehow his name got leaked or whatever. So then it's like, okay, now he has to testify. People are not trying. You want to put green in here. Or just leave it graphic. What do you say, Skinny Queen? And we still have a lot more to do. Just like, damn. We still got to do the face. I know I got quiet again. Ooh! This side is thicker. I'm not going to do too much more on this side, though, because I do really like the shapes. And the shapes, other than this side being, I think it's passable. I'm just glad they kind of stopped in the same place. But this one is also more in. I think I need to just leave it alone. I say as I keep messing with it. We're going to leave it alone. I was going to do something else. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. The liner under the eye is dark. This is not really dark. I could just do shadow under there. Let's do shadow and see what that looks like. Excuse me. Oh, man. Are we going to do green? Or we're going to take, I'm not ready to use Subversive yet, even though we did swatch it. We're going to take Black Metal, this shade. What brush do I want to use? What brush? What brush? I know I'm tripping. I'm going to take this brush. I don't want to use that brush. Let's set that aside. I'm going to take this brush, just at least lay the line first and then see what that's looking like. And then we'll use the wider brush to bring it down. And so for this, I'm just tapping in it over the green. So it's like, why'd you put it there? I don't know. Because y'all know I just be doing things. So what are y'all doing right now? Well, besides listening to me not talk. I do like that. Janet, do you ever think you'll do videos? Speaking of which, Dawn. And I realized I haven't picked on Dawn in a while. Should do a video. You know what? I got distracted because Tanya started doing videos. And so then I was so excited about that I forgot, Dawn, to keep picking on you to do videos. When are you going to start doing videos, Dawn? And Janet, do you think that you will? Ooh, where's that brush? I'm going to use the edge of the brush, the angle side. So I'm just taking the angle side and going like this. And sweeping the angle side of the brush. I just thought, no fork action tonight, y'all. I'm still trying to figure out which one of those paints irritated my skin when I did that yellow look. Ooh, it's pretty. I think it was the one we used for the stems, but I don't remember what color that was. I would have to watch it back and see. Because if it was the yellow, everywhere I had yellow would have been burning. But it was just like certain parts. So I think it was the stems. So I need to watch that back and see. This eye's starting to tear over here. See which color that was. And that makes me hesitant to use that one. Well, I need to see what it was. Because I know that orange, I think it was the cream paint. That one, my skin was like, bitch. So I need to see if it was that other cream one. I kind of think so for some reason. No, or would it, I think it was a wood activate. I have to watch it back and see. This is nice. Where are we and what are we going to do? I kind of want to put, we're going to take this as well, the same brush, and we're just going to put in here, like just to have something in there. Oh shoot, that primer is dry. Of course the primer is dry. So I'm going to try a different brush. Let's use this one. So still just using the tip of the brush, because we just want to get into this space in here. This is fun. I'm worried about that dessert look that we're doing tomorrow night, y'all. Oh my gosh. Then it has the berries on it. And y'all know I could make up some shapes for the berries. Because it looks like it's cake with icing, and then it looks like there's whipped cream. So it looks like a layer of cake icing, and then it looks like a layer of cream. And then the top is all the different berries. And I know Mare is going to slay their look because they do a lot of graphic stuff and a lot of different shapes and designs. And okay, I like this one. I like this one. I just realized this is more black in here than in here because I was able to bring the gray in here and there's nowhere to put gray in there. But we're going to put it anyway. But I don't know if it's going to show up. Might just show up as the shimmer that it is. So skin, ooh, shadow got in his eye. So what are you thinking, Skinny Queen? Oh, I see it. Y'all see this black dot right there? Damn. And there's another one. Okay, excuse me, y'all, if this freaks y'all out. Okay. Damn. That was easy though, but damn. Ooh. I'm glad that was easy to just get out of there. I was watching a movie this morning. My ass fell asleep. I had already double cleansed. I didn't do a look yesterday. I had already did my skincare, and I had already brushed my teeth. And so when I woke up, I got up and got in the bed. Well, I did the machine thing. Not the machine. Activated the sleep test. Put that on and went to sleep. Do we want to put this up here also, Skinny Queen? What do you think? Or do we want to put a green shadow up here? And we still have the face to do. We have a lot of stuff to do. I want a gray. And there is a gray. It is, well, this is more like a green. We're going to, I want a darker shade. And I think that's the green we use for the nose, isn't it? We're going to take another angle brush. Actually, let me use this brush. I don't know if this is going to work for that. I'm going to take this shade. I am unsure. I want to, okay, let's wait on that. Let's see. I'm going to take this green And take this brush. I could take a bigger brush. And we're going to put this on right here. It is so quiet in my apartment, as usual. Thinking I should have brought it in further so you can see it when I'm looking straight. So where are we? This is showing up blue where you are. That's this shade, and we are using that one. So what are y'all doing besides listening to me not talking? Because I know we are a multitasking bunch. And how has everyone's day been? And that one is further in, which is what I wanted. So what that means is making this side thicker. So we can bring that here. Trying to think of what else to talk about. There is another situation that happened, but I'm gonna let them talk about that one because that's gonna be like, what? I checked the Pat McGrath website, y'all. The sale finally stopped. The sale that they started in like November, the 30 and 40% off. I checked yesterday. That sale is finally over. They've never run a sale for that long, and that's why I was thinking like they just need to do a fire sale because why the hell is this sale running for so long? We are now. I kind of want to take Black Mirror, which is this eyeshadow shade we put in there. Or no, we're not going to do that. We're going to go back to Makeup by Mario. Not Black Mirror, Black Metal. I'm going to take this shade. And what brush? This brush. And yeah, so we're gonna go over top of this green. Oop, I tapped into that gray by mistake, the matte gray. Oh, look what that did to the color. That's pretty. So Skinny Queen. Do we want to put a green shadow up here in this space between the brow stuff? This side is a little further down than this side. Now we're going to, I want a lighter green or silver or something or other. Let's see what this shade does. This shade is Platinum Dust. And we're going to see, I'm thinking it might be too light, but we're going to see, and we're going to just bring that down here. Ooh, did I see that flake just flake off? Ooh, it's on my shirt. I was going to say how smooth this was, but it's flaking. We're going to go back and blend in between, well, not in between, but where those colors meet in a moment or 2 or 5. Skinny Queen, are you still there? love when y'all give me like creative looks to do. Because y'all know I love doing it, and it always teaches me something. Thank you, y'all, for the thumbs up, too. I want to take a bigger brush. Ooh, maybe I'll take a, I think I need a, I'm going to take a matte gray to put in here. Where the lines meet. Okay, we're going to put a matte gray in there. Where we have matte gray. I'm going to take this one. That's light though. I'm thinking maybe we're going to take this brush and go into the black that's in here. We had, but that wasn't quite a gray. We have extreme black in the mothership. We'll see what this looks like. And if that's not to my liking, I need a different brush. I used that one already. Then we just put a black in there. So this is the matte gray. Oh shit, I just tapped into this shimmer black. I wiped off the brush, went into the matte gray. Ooh, okay, this is the one what I wanted it to do. Awesome. Skinny Queen? Skinny Queen? Skinny Queen? Yo, that green is popping. I'll take a fluffier brush. Actually, this brush. Do I want to still do with that gray? Yeah. Taking that same gray. I don't know. I mean, I do like it, but I don't know. This green, y'all. Look at that shimmer. Like, damn. I didn't know it was going to do that. The Skinny Queen still in the couch? She's sucked in the couch on her dog and can't get up. I think this is one of our most quiet lives ever. And I'm having trouble thinking of what to talk about. So I talked about Sean and Cassie. Talked about. Oh, did y'all see the new Natasha Denona quads? Who asked for that? But on Instagram, the comments, people are loving it, and I'm just like, ugh. So what are y'all thinking about those quads? I'm just like, because if you have like glam palette, you have most of those shades, I think. Ugh. And it's $48 for 4 shades, and they're bigger pans. Like, who asked for bigger pans in a quad? So she went back to the larger pan sizes that was in the 28 pan palette, whatever those was. And so that's supposed to be the draw. You have larger pans. But it's not that OG formula though. So like, what are you doing, Natasha? Because people are like, bring back that formula. Keep us with the midi size. And just have that OG formula. I'm feeling like I'm going to take this same shade and put this down here. Because there just needs to be something else. I feel like. Can somebody do a wellness check on Skinny Queen? She's sucked in the sofa and she can't get up. This is a great palette for shading. And every time I do shading with it, I'm like, I don't think this is what Makeup by Mario intended with this palette. But I am loving it. These colors are perfect for that. Do I want to do... Thank you, y'all, for being here. I feel like if I was, well, I don't know. I want to say I feel like if I was watching, I'd be bored because there's like not really a lot of conversation. But then part of me is like, just seeing what happens is not boring. We're going to take Midnight Snack and put that on here. This is from MAC. I need another brush. The ones I've been using. How did I just have that? Is this in the center? Oh, hell. Oh, hell. This is not flat. Because my chin ain't flat. So hopefully it'll look like the design. Because if it's not flat on the skin, and if I get the gel liner under the stencil, the lines are gonna look janky. Let me refresh. I don't know if y'all are chatting and I'm not seeing it or what. Oh, damn. Y'all were. I put it on top chat. And then I'm putting it back on all messages. And now the other stuff popped up. Y'all, this is nuts. Because usually when it's on all messages, stuff doesn't pop up. And I'm wondering what y'all doing. And y'all been chatting, but it wasn't showing up. All right, so let me back up. Damn. Damn. This is, all right, let me get this done and then I'll go through the messages. I wonder, like, they are so quiet. And that has happened on all messages where it didn't show. But it was on, no, top messages. But it was on all messages. So I had to put it back on top. And then they showed up. And then I did switch it back to all messages. Hopefully... Is this even centered on my chin? I can't go by my lips because my lips are not symmetrical. All right, y'all. That's nice. And no, stuff does not wash off of these. That would be nice. Ooh, up here too. Do I want to do that? All right, let's leave that there. Let me catch up on these messages, y'all. I'm so sorry. I don't know what the hell. I should do green brows more often. Let me... Okay, Problem with the excuse me for snacking. Problem with the platform. Suggested get hacked. Skinny Queen is speechless. She's in shock. It's amazing and what I imagine. Oh, that is good to hear. I'm so glad because y'all know I take this stuff seriously. And some people be like, girl, it's just a little. But I'm like, but they asked for it. I want to give it. I think that is censored. That's why I've asked people to send. Talk about Belly Syrian crashing out. Somebody let me know because I don't know about that. Yeah, I'm going to teach y'all. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're going to get dessert tomorrow night. And the picture is in the thumbnail. And I'm just like, ooh. Thank you, Tanya. This is the Inglot. And when Skinny said she wanted green, I said, well, my only green liner is this one. She's like, that's the color I want. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So that was really easy. And this is number 86. I was looking at the shapes in here, the brows. I used to watch it, like when it first came out, however many years ago that was. That's your guilty pleasure, love after lockup. I've been wondering about that because it's like, okay, this dude is locked up. All he has is time after he finishes doing his slave labor, working for like 5 cents an hour. Like, what else is he going to do besides just send out letters to people? And then people fall in love with them. And I'm like, you don't even know this person. I have no idea how to make videos. On top of that, I am very insecure. Not sure what I'm insecure about. I just know I am. Thus the pup in all my pics. Yo, your makeup pictures on Instagram are amazing, Janet. I'll be like, damn. I think you should do a video. Or at least a short on Instagram. I'd love to watch your content, says Janet. Says Tanya, who I had to keep dogging to get back to the videos. And every time I see a thumbnail of your video, Tanya, I just get so excited. I'm like, she is back. And you jumped in with both feet. You jumped in and started doing a video like almost every day. And I'm like, damn. See him is writing notes. Janet husband wants us to have a YT. You should. I think you should. We would be ousted from society so quickly. But you know what? Your people will find you. Your people will find you. Still speechless because you're on a roll. Dion says, Skinny Queen. Thank you so much. Skinny Queen. Like what I see. I love the tone of green you're using. Yeah, this green from Garden Grunge. Like when I turned, I'm like, oh snap. Because I forget that it has that shimmer. Because like up here, it doesn't. Well, it's the way the lighting hits it. But I was just like, ooh. Then I'm wondering if I want to do like something in between here. But we don't want to do too much. Because like right here is cool. So I don't want to do the whole face ironically. Because when I first started doing troll play, I was like, just look like a molded creature. Thank you, Locke. Thank you, Joe. Listening in, says Locke. Yeah, Bueller. It is quiet. I keep writing stuff and no one reacts. It was hiding from me, and I feel bad, even though I know I didn't do it. But hey, Haywood. She was pinned down by her dog while needing her night wine. How you doing tonight, Hey thing? Hey thing, Haywood. I was gonna say my boo thing. How you doing, Haywood? Janet's eating wingdings. I haven't had them in a long time. Spaghetti. Oh my gosh, Tanya. Spaghetti and wingdings and Kool-Aid. People still drink Kool-Aid? Oof. You know something, as a kid I could never drink was those hugs. Because it would scratch my throat. Like seriously, when I would swallow it, it would feel like something is scratching my throat. And I would be like, what the hell is this? It looks like it's a liquid beverage, but it would always scratch my throat when I would drink it. What are wingdings? Wingding is like if you have a chicken wing and it's in 3 parts, you take off the wing part and then you separate the other 2 parts. A wingding is just one of those other 2 parts, either the drumstick part or just the part in the middle. They just call them wingdings when it's not a whole actual wing. And then they want to charge you more. Like, would you giving me a piece of a wing here? And it used to annoy me at first, but because they charge you more, but they're giving you less. So anyway, make it a gradient down there. It says, see, down where? Because I'm so behind. And Skinny Queen, do you want me to leave this like this or put this green in between here, or just leave that like it is? And I kind of want to do something under here. So we might do, I did take this out to use too, which is hardly anything in here. But for that, I could just do either Black Mirror or Midnight Snack, and then just put a shimmer shadow on top of it, like a shimmer gray or something on top of it. Are you making a scale beard? Nope, because this is the only one, and this was cut from like a larger piece. That's why it's shaped like that, because it was, yeah. I cut them into little pieces because the gradient with the stencil, black, cheek, and green. Huh. Well, we'll see what Skinny says. Yeah, this is her request, and so I'm really like wanting her to like this stuff that I'm doing. I was referring to when you were doing under your lip. Make it a gradient down there. I still don't understand. Like down this here, because we can't gradient this part. Or you meant before I did that, since I am just now seeing messages. I am thinking, what side is this one? It's on that side. Okay. No. Because it looks like there's something missing right here. Oh, before, okay. How the hell did we do this? Because this does look like a triangle going up, where I'm looking at this and we did it like this. Because it's like right here and here are blank. Oh, shit. Where am I going to look to see if it's in the middle? I'm going to leave it because I forgot already which side has the oh shit, I done closed this up. Fucking duck. Oh. Hopefully my fingers don't cramp up, because y'all know that'd be painful. Alright, so we're going to put this up here. Oh boy. Hopefully we'll get it as good as the one on the chin. Y'all, this is, damn. We've been here for a long time already. Shit. I feel like it's crooked. Damn it. Let me just take my time. Take your time, young man. Mama used to say, don't you rush to get old. And Mama used to say, I forget the next line. And then it's live your life. What song is that? Somebody tell me what song that is. And who sings? I know Tanya knows, because she know all the songs, all the actors, all the actresses, all the singers. Who used to sing that song, Tanya? Mama used to say. I hope this comes out as sharp as on my chin. But you can gradient the forehead if you use it again. Y'all think this is all we're going to do on the forehead? Skinny Queen. Am I going to put green under the green liner that I did for brows? I feel like this went underneath the stencil, which if it did, it's going to alter the shape. And it's not flat like right here at the bottom. But I can gradient it for it. I don't know why that looks like it showed up twice. Okay, hopefully this looks nice. Hopefully. All right. Bam. Oh, I like it. Oh, I like it. Some of the liner was like on the edge. I'm gonna just leave it. I'm not gonna try and sharpen that out. Let me hit these buttons again, make sure I'm not missing anything again. Spaghetti and wingdings. I don't think I've ever had spaghetti and chicken unless it was chicken parmesan. It's cute. That's cute. Well, wellness check for Skinny Queen. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on while I'm thinking of what. Or we can feather the green shadow up here. That might be what we do. I just feel like it needs to be something else, which means it probably doesn't need to be anything else. Because graphic liner is just that. It's graphic. It's just there. I do like the lines down the nose because they almost look the same. Yeah, I like that. Damn, my nose is wide. Just doing the sides of my nose. It's like, yeah, you got a lot of real estate in the center of your nose. Take your time, young man. Spaghetti and wingdings. Skinny Queen? Skinny Queen? I really like this mascara. Okay. I feel like it's done, but then a part of me, the hashtag team too much part of me wants to do more. I'm not convinced it's giving Medusa. I am at a disadvantage because I don't have props. But I do like it though. Yeah, I think we're going to feather that green up here. Let me close this up. Close up that, close up that. Did I use anything from... Yeah, I did. I'm gonna line the lips with NYX. Put on the lips and see if it's enough. Put what on the lips? Because she wanted me to line and put... She wanted me to line with black and fill in with green for the lips. That's what she had said earlier. It is giving Medusa. Oh, okay, thank you, Janet. This is NYX retractable lip liner, and the shade is Black Lips. But I did think about putting a shadow on the lips, but then I'm like, I have that green. This green from Notoriously Morbid. They came out with some more stuff, Janet. And I'm just like... I kind of want to feather this before we put on the liquid lipstick. I'm going to take this brush. It ain't even moving. Hey, bro, how you doing? Thank you. We are just making up stuff. Yeah, I took some of that off. I'll put a little of that. This is a good brush for this. If I don't get too aggressive and remove the liner. I like that. I don't think I've done this before. If I did, I don't remember. Like putting on a liner and then blending it out. I know I've done it on my lower lash line. I don't remember doing it like on my lips. I looked through my collection. I do have a few medicines. Okay, yeah, I remember you said yours were all metallic. I only have a few metallic. Well, they're down there on the floor. I think I only have a few metallics. I don't remember ever blending lip liner before. I'm sure I'm thinking I had to have, but I like how that looks just like that. And then she wanted me to put the green on top. And this is Loving the Dead, Touristy Morbid, matte black with emerald green sparkles. And I have a brown from them, which was in their advent calendar, I think. But sometimes I think to get one of their browns, I'm like, girl, you already got a brown. This is blank to me. But I think if we feather upward, that'll give us something. Or if we just feather upward, like over here, and just leave this blank because we have this in the middle. You know what I'm saying? And Skinny Queen and went silent under her dog and stuffed in the cushions of the sofa. This is a bold shade. I forgot. I'm trying not to go over the black because my tendency is to line my lips and then line over it with the lipstick. So then it's like, why'd you even do that? And I don't have a problem with liquid lipsticks bleeding. And I only have 3 bullet lipsticks. One is Love of My Life on the Runway, the one that's orange, and 2 from Sephora collection. I like that. I like that. So let me not go over the lip line. And if I did, I can just go back with it, the lip liner. But I'm being careful not to. I'm having an issue here getting in this corner. When I smile, it shows my lip shape anomalies. Because you see spaces like in here. And if I go too far in, that's when it ends up on my teeth. I like that. I like that with that liner in this green. Okay, where was that green? That was in... Gigabyte is a little too bright, but we're going to take this green. Am I about to mess up this look? Thank you, Skinny Queen. Are you still in your couch? I got like all these brushes here, and it's like, girl, you ain't even do that much. I know. I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16 brushes sitting here in front of me. Skinny, oh, never mind. This brush might be a little too thin. Or, because we're just going to feather up here. I'm going to take this one. And then we're going to just see what happens. We're going to see what happens. Just going to see what happens. Oh, we just spun. We're at 1 hour, 53 minutes and something seconds because that's when it always spins. There one time it didn't spin and I was surprised. I don't know about this. So instead of feathering, let's just fill in because it's looking, yeah, let's go along the line here because I'm not really liking how that's looking. This is a pretty shade. Oh, look at, oh, look at that shine. Oh, my Lord. Oh, that, oh, that's pretty. Like this is like, but then, oh, oh, okay. And that came up too high because I got excited. Y'all, this is, damn. This shade. Oh my gosh. Oh my. And I know I said we were just going to do it out here, but this shade will not be denied. Oh my word. I'm just going to bring this straight up so it's an extension of the liner. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. Oh. We're going to just bring this. And I know I started the outside, but since we're going to put this all the way over, you, Skinny Queen. And that's why I be like, just do things. And try not to be so like, oh my gosh, I don't know what it's gonna look like. So I'm like, oh, let's just do it and see. Because if we don't like it, we can always go back and then turn it into something we do like. You know what I mean? Like it's fixable. But just playing around, we get stuff like this. And it's like, ooh, 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 okay. This shade. Oh my gosh. Michelle also made a request a while ago. And I'm stuck. She wanted me to swatch all of my favorite dark grungy shadows, and I'm stuck because grungy for me and the grunge shades I like are not all dark. Like this is garden grunge. This is a grungy palette, and it's nothing like really dark in here. And oh my gosh, look how that's shining. And so I've been stuck. And then I'm like, well, I could still just do it, but then it would all just be like grays and blacks because those are dark. You know what I mean? Or like a mustard yellow or something would be dark. And so I'm really stuck on how to execute that that request. Because all grungy tones are not dark. Well, my favorite grungy tones are not all dark. And it made me think of Chick when I told her to do a grungy look, and when I finally asked her what does a grungy look like to her, she described a smoky look. And I'm like, well, grungy can be smoky, and smoky can be grungy, but they're not always synonymous. And so, yeah, so she ended up just doing a smoky look on me. And so in that video, I stopped saying, she's doing a grungy look. I'm like, oh, she's doing a smoky look, because that is really just what it was. So I was just kind of like, okay, why can't you just do your favorite grungy shades? And that's what I want to do, but that's not what she asked. And so that's why I'm stuck. And I haven't asked her about it. And so I could do that, but then that's not her request. And so if I did do it, would I even say, well, I could say, she requested me to swatch my favorite dark grungy tones, but I'm just going to swatch all of my favorite grungy tones. So I could just say something like that. And y'all know I do it to myself because I take requests seriously. So, and that's, y'all, wow, that is pretty. And I'm okay with this blankness right here because having done this up here now and having this being blank itself looks graphic, even though it's nothing there. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm do I dare use that stencil thing again and just put one? I don't think she means it literally. But that's the thing is I tell people quite often, I don't know what you mean, but I know what you said. And what you said was, and that's because I'm a literal person. You know what I mean? We love to watch you geek out over makeup, and it is all up to your interpretation of requests. I do get that. But I do try to, because I'm a literal person, and I know that about me. And sometimes it bites me in the ass because then I get stuck thinking, well, this is what they said, but this is what I'm going to do because I take it seriously. And I know I put that pressure on myself. And in my day-to-day life, I do tell people if they say something and then they're like, oh, that's not what I meant. And I'm like, I don't know what you meant, but I know what you said. Like, that's something I say quite often to people because why should I have to interpret what somebody means? Like, just say what you mean. And so I'm just cutting the points off because I think I want to, but I need enough room to hold it though. But I didn't want to poke myself in the eye. So which way? We did it this way. So let me cut this point off so I don't poke myself in the nose. I don't know. But Skinny Queen, I need you for a moment. Thank you, bro. I love the shine too. Skinny Queen. Should we put this here or leave it? Because my concern is that I think I'm gonna leave it. I think I'm gonna just leave it because we have enough stuff to look at. We're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it for once, right? Or maybe like the third for time, like not hashtag team too much. And so that's my thing, Janet, and I know that that's one of my things. I am a literal person, and so if somebody this piece I cut here popped off, hit something over there, and then went somewhere else. Where the hell? Because I can misinterpret and be wrong. I'd rather just say what it is. Oh, I thought you meant, okay, that's the problem. I thought, but that's how my mind works. Because I can interpret it, but I can interpret it wrong versus I'm just being direct. And to me, that is direct. Just watch my favorite dark ranger shades. You expect others to articulate in ways you understand. Screw that, your channel, your freedom. But then why have requests if I'm going to do my own thing? I get what you're saying, though. Yeah, it's like... I get what you're saying. And again, I do it to myself. I know I do it to myself. None of y'all, put pressure on me like, oh my God, that's not really what I asked for. Like, y'all have never, like, said that. If anything, it's like, even when I messed up Dawn's look, the cracked doll, but it was more like I was like a molded creature from the sea. Thank you, Tanya. She said, I agree. It's not, a doll thing, but she said it's really pretty. And when I asked about redoing it, she was like, oh, you don't have to because it's a pretty look. But I redid it, and I'm glad I did because when I redid it, that's one of my favorite looks. But I redid it because I'm like, okay, this isn't what she asked for. And I go back to, if I have a client and they ask for something specific, and I do something else, they're not going to hire me back for another gig because I didn't do what they paid me to do. You know what I'm saying? And so that's in the back of my mind too, is giving the client what they asked for. And even though y'all are not clients, but just thank you. I thought you was going, Janessa. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I was hoping so. I kind of want to do. Shit. And I don't need this to do that, y'all. I used this twice. And look at this. If you can see, you see all this empty space? It's a little bit up here and it's a little bit at the bottom. These are only like maybe 3 uses. But I'm thinking of doing, what does Janessa call them? Glitter tears? But for that, I can just do like Midnight Snack and put a shimmer shadow on top. Put this shadow on top. We're going to see what this does. And then put that, yeah. Is that too much though? I did say we were going to stop, didn't I? I was going to just pop back up. I'll wait for my work video to render. So should we do, we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. And I know I said that and then I'm like, I got excited. Yeah, we're really going to leave it. So this is the look, y'all. This is the troll interpretation of a Medusa look. And I love that Skinny Queen always says, with a troll twist, because it's not going to be like the picture. And, excuse me, the contour we got from one picture. The liner shapes we got from another picture. The lips we got from another picture. And I was just like, I do, though, think it would have been nice with a face full of pale green foundation or just pale green with an activated paint. But then I wasn't sure how it was going to mix if I was using the paint pots and Inglot and fluid lines. Came out really well, my opinion, says Janet. Thank you. Thank you very much. And so, y'all, this is going to be it. And I like how even just this line, like you see a little something. You know what I mean? I'm glad this came out sharp. This green. I love it. I love it. So we're gonna go, y'all. We'll be back here tomorrow night. We're doing that cake. It ain't, y'all, I'm gonna tell you now, it ain't gonna look like that cake. But I did take out cream paints, water activated paints, Inglot, and I took out some Mayron loose glitters. And so, and I do think we're gonna just do like a slanted, like half face and the other half regular, or we'll do a sideways cake. Do one side with the Pantone Puff Smoke Color of the Year and do the berries on the other side of the face. We could do that too, but yeah, I'm babbling. I'm excited. We're going to go. Thank you, y'all, for being here, and we will be back tomorrow night. I'm going to go ahead and schedule Queen of Hearts for Friday. I've been thinking Mondays don't seem to be good days lately for live streams. And I realized too, like when I get up earlier than usual to run errands, and then I have a live that night, which is usually a Monday. Like it hasn't been working out as far as my energy and stuff. But I know, Janet, you're not. But that's in my mind though. Like if somebody asks for something, give them what they ask for. I know, Janet, I know. We need some elf ears for Medusa. Look, you know, elf. This ain't elf Medusa. Medusa Elphis. Elphis. Um. Yes, and I do know, but my mind is still like give the person what they ask for. And I keep saying it, I do it to myself. And I know this is just YouTube, just have fun, do the look. I know, I know, I know. Knowing it and doing it are two different things for sure. But I do appreciate that, Janet. Because you will call me out on my shit like, girl, just stop. Elf snake. It could be a thing. And all of them do have a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, I mean, if I was balling off of YouTube, then yeah, I would go to the Dollar Tree and get accessories and stuff. But I'm like, or from Amazon. But we're going to go, y'all. I am loving it. This green, these fit in perfect. I like it. I love the black lip liner with this Loving the Dead. It's really nice. And so we're going to go because I'm excited. We'll be back here tomorrow night. We're going to do a cake with peaches, strawberries that look like blackberries and some other berries, whipped cream and icing and all that. So we're going to be here tomorrow to do that. That should be a lot of fun. I say holding back tears. But seriously, y'all, we're going to go. Thank you so much for being here. And don't forget, if you don't mind just clicking links that I'm posting. I'm not saying buy anything. And y'all know I'm still on no buy, but they do count clicks for something too. Even if it's not purchased, they do count the clicks. And again, there's some shop my thing that they're doing, and of course, you know, it can convert to money affiliation type stuff. So y'all don't mind doing that. I do have a few more to post, probably like 10 more, and then I'll be done for a long time because they had a time frame and how many to post, whatever stuff. One of the joys of content creation is when you start becoming eligible for things, they want you to do more things. And so it's either you play along and maybe earn some money, or you just don't, and that's okay too, because how long have I been doing YouTube before I was monetized or before, you know, the other stuff, right? And thanks again to those of you who do use my codes and links, because it is a surprise when I get an email, oh, you've been sent such and such by this brand or whatever. I'm like, oh, so I do thank y'all for that. And so we'll be back here tomorrow night, y'all. This green. We're going to go. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, y'all. And we will be stammering. We will be back here tomorrow night. Bye. And thank you, Skinny.